the Newtown Swans, and he's driving while I play the role of the MC. But before we commence, of course, I would like to acknowledge that we are gathered throughout Newtown and the inner west here on Gadigal land, and pay my respects and, of course, the club's respects to Indigenous elders, past, present and emerging. And in the context of the Mangrook game, the wonderful heritage of our Indigenous colleagues have brought to us here with our great Australian game. I'd also like to, of course, pay acknowledgement to the AFL. As we know, it's been an extraordinary year with COVID, but in the end, we were able to play a 9-game season, and our team at the AFL really did help make that possible. And particular reference to Alex Burgeon and Daniel Morrison. Now today we'll be working through the program, and so bear with us as we do that. So I'll be working through first up some general thanks and acknowledgements, and then we'll go into the presentations as we go. And of course, the first part of that acknowledgement is to thank the committee of the Newtown Swans. It's been a tough year. I know we've already said that, but special thanks to our committee. Of course, our focus around 2020 was, and as we started at the beginning of the year, was to look at how we could ensure there was good communication between all of the teams, and in particular, we worked with our managers and our coaches, and therefore in turn with that for there to communicate effectively with you as parents and players to ensure that we're all on the same page. And at the beginning of the year, you might remember we had a fantastic managers meeting. And then unfortunately we were struck down by a pandemic. But by the middle of July, we were able to get things back on the road with our support from the AFL. But in terms of the football and our organisation, the committee make up a lot of the organisational structure. And we chose a focus around vice presidents and expanded the committee this year. And first up, in terms of communications, because that's what today is all about, I'd like to pay a particular reference to Megan McGuinness, who of course puts out the bounce with us. She's been part of organising all the awards for the kids that have already got them through their different teams, and of course has been a key part of organising this presentation today. Our strategy leader has been Lyndon Schneider, and just note that we are having a planning meeting coming up next Wednesday week, and I'll pay some more attention to that later, and also there'll be a bounce coming out regarding that. In terms of operations this year, it's been extraordinary. We've had all of the gear to get out, of course, all of the different club uniforms, and of course the operations around our canteen. And Kirsten Temler has been the driver of that, of course, along with Wes, her loving husband, and of course Wes, while he's with us, has been the treasurer. So he's been keeping a handle on the tiller and on the till, so to speak, particularly when he's at the canteen. Our secretary has been Arne Sinpath, and special recognition for Arne because he has been previously playing the role of the Auskick coordinator as well. But Arve will be moving on at the end of this year, so we thank him for his service over the last few years. It's been tremendous, and he's also been the secretary. But other members of the committee have included Sam Willard, and you'll recall that Sam Willard has played a good role in helping to develop the values of the club that was aired earlier in the year. And we'll be hearing more about that as we move into more strategy work. Of course, our club registrar, who's not actually on our committee, but has been a stalwart of the club, and that's Sally Newman. Sally is the person that everyone registers via, and she provides all that good data to the AFL and good information back to us to help us manage the club. And also this year, another one who's not on the committee, but has been a very important player, and that is Amy Matheson. She's our child protection officer. In a youth club, of course, it's very important that we have our child protection in place. And that committee has been meeting effectively throughout the year and doing things like our child protection policies, etc. But without further ado, one last person, of course, that's probably worthy of strong mention, and that is the Vice President of Football, and that's Hayden Goodman. Hayden is a coach of one of the divisions himself in the Alliance Group, but as Vice President, he's had to work with us all on the football program, and so thanks to all of the committee. So let's work in now into the first of our presentations, and how we're going to do this is we're going to work through essentially a slide which is if you like a kick slide, just says who the team is, and who that is, and that'll have some of the players, and also have who the coach and the manager is, and then we'll move into some best and fairest or the individual awards. And good luck for all of those players, and it's been a fantastic year. Thank you so much. We had such great success. 5 teams moving into the finals and 1 into a grand final. That was just tremendous. And then of course we'll move into a little video about with every group pretty well. But Wes is going to be doing a lot of the driving on this. I'll just be playing the sort of MC. So, Wes, are we ready to kick off with the first one regarding Oz Kicks?
Yeah, ready to rock and roll, Peter.
Okay, everyone out there ready? Okay, thumbs up, everybody. Here we go. Auskick 2020.
Of course, on the last slide.
As you can tell, it's first time in, so it's always going to be a fun game. So let's get your sausage roll, get your position, and congratulate, of course, the Tigers and the Cats for getting into the big dance, as they say. So, Wes, you ready? Here we go with Auskick. The rosters, of course, under 6. You can see the numerous players, but the coach Rowena Morgan Brett, and the team manager Chris Downing. Thanks again for your input. Under 7s with the coach Nick Glass and Holly Brimble as the team manager. And look at that photo. That's actually one of my favourites. We've got the funny photos and all that stuff that everyone's given us over the last few weeks. We're going to be publishing them not in this event today, but in the bounce that's going to come in later this week. We're going to represent all of this, including the links, because we're currently recording this so that you can see it all at your leisure. But onto the under 8s Reds team with the coach Todd Heatley and the team manager of Mel Fitzsimmons. And there's a few of the boys. And of course, moving on to the white team with Mick Dicker as the coach and Mel Fitzsimmons again as the team manager. She's been a busy woman this year. And Mel again for the under 8 Swans with James Southern as the coach. And the girls only Auskick. We've introduced this a couple of years ago, but this has been a great initiative and terrific for girls. And certainly into 2020, 2021, we'll be pushing harder on Auskick, and particularly in the youth girls area to enable them to have some more time. But thanks, Darren Burden, for being both the coach and manager. And let's have a look at our first video.
Under 8s at the Newtown Swans. It's been an excellent season that we've had in 2020, a very short season, but a good season. And it was great to get a few games under our belt as we went along. Just 5 games, but they were 5 good quality games. And it was excellent to see you guys improve in just a short space of time as well. It's wonderful to see you guys passing the ball, moving out into space a little bit more, and actually some good passages of play from the backs all the way through to the forwards and in kicking goals. So that was really encouraging to see. And we're looking forward to you guys playing in the under-9s next year, and that'll at least mean that I can stop saying don't tackle and now start saying do tackle, get in there. And so I want to say a big congratulations and a well done, and you deserve everything that you get in your presentation today. Hopefully you get to celebrate with Mum and Dad, and we'll see you again next year. See you later.
Hi, I'm Darren. I'm the Girls Only Auskick coach for 2020. This year we had a small but very enthusiastic group of girls. Darcy, who loves to tackle, although you shouldn't be tackling. Elsie, who was a very big kick. Zoe, who took amazing marks. Jemima, who got knocked down but always got back up again. Reed, who loved doing the practice marking over and over again. And Fiona, who loved to kick and handball over and over again. Thank you for your participation, you girls, and thanks to Nick from the under-7s who could take over when I couldn't train. I hope 2020 is a much bigger year for the Girls Only Auskick.
Well, congratulations under-7s Auskick team. Coach Nick here, just giving you a quick shout out to say well done on a fantastic season. It was wonderful being your coach this year, and it was particularly great seeing how well everyone in the team developed their skills, whether it would be passing the ball, whether it would be getting a really good flow happening during a game, whether it would be kicking really accurately. All of the skills that I witnessed develop on the field were just fantastic, and it's a credit to you all for all of the effort that you put in every week. Improving your understanding of the game, communicating a little bit better with one another, and really carefully following instructions. You're all getting better and better. Next year, under-8s, we have our final chapter of Auskick before we move into the big time where we're actually starting to tackle in the junior footy teams. So next year, 2021, will be a really important year for you all to stick with AFL, to stick with Auskick, and develop your skills to an even higher level. So I hope to see you next year taking part in the under-8s. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my fantastic fellow coach, Tim, for all of his amazing support, and also to Holly for being such a fantastic team manager. Thanks to the whole team of parents who've been coming every week to support the kids on the field. And one last thing to the under-7s, if you get a chance between now and next year, get out on the field, have a bit of a kick around, keep the skills going, because next year's going to be bigger and better to go cheer the red and the white for Newtown Swans. All the best, see you all next year.
Hi all, my name's Chris Downing. I manage the under-6 Auskick team. I hope everyone had a great season. We had a great season in the under-6s. We expanded our team with 4 new girls joining the team this year, which was great. We had a new coach, Rowena Morgan, coaching the team this year. And although we didn't get to play other clubs this year, we did have a great year and the kids had a lot of fun. So we're really looking forward to getting back to normal in 2021. Thanks.
So that was the Auskick presentation, and sorry for a couple of technical glitches. I think we're now on top of that. Wes, what do you think?
I think we're pretty close.
That's good. So please continue to bear with us. Thanks to all of those coaches and team managers. And I guess one of the big words, the things that come out of that is looking forward to the tackles and the under-9s, and that's where we now started to move to. So we're ready to move on to under-9s, Wes?
We are.
I think we get some awards on this one too, don't we?
We do.
So we've got the coach with Dan Kelly and the team manager with Heather Prentice. And a special mention for Dan because, of course, he helped us put together that that very special event at the gala day at the end of the year when everyone else was off playing their finals. So special thanks, Dan, and special thanks, Heather. The Auskick just team, before we go on, yeah, they did some special gear, and we are still organising some distribution around some of that other material. Some of the things that we can't answer through the course of this one, we'll make sure that we've covered off in the bounce that we do next week. Okay, let's continue on through the red. And the best and fairest was Tar Kelly for the under-9s red winner, and William Prentice, the runner-up for the under-9s red. Congratulations, Tad and William. And the most improved, Tommy Dockrell and Elton Harris for the Coaches Award. That's a fabulous award in the under-9s. Congratulations, boys. Let's move to the under-9s blacks with Sam Willard as the coach and Francesca Lever as the team manager. A strong list of players. Best and fairest, Zach Willard and Lachlan Lever for the black winner. Congratulations, obviously an equal vote on that one. And the most improved, Emily Rana and Oliver Cranberg. Congratulations. Keep it in the family here. Oliver's with us, he is smiling. And for the under-9 whites, very strong list of players. Coaches Aaron Doyle and Ben Stockwell, and team manager Nellie Pollard. And the winners, Sam Ayres, the under-9s winner, and the runner-up is Jack Barnby Holmes. And Ed McPherson for the Whites Most Improved and the Special Coaches Award, Jackson Newell. Congratulations. And now a little video. Each time we do this, because we do need to cross over from the desktop computer into a sharing system. So it just takes a couple of seconds. So again, bear with us.
The mighty under-9 Swans black team, that was one heck of a roller coaster season. COVID nearly cancelling the season altogether, a few misfire games resulting in losses in the middle, and then handing the power of belting in the last game. Yeah, this season definitely had it all. Despite the odd challenge, I enjoyed every minute of the season and can't wait till next year. Unfortunately, I'm not allocated enough time to acknowledge all of the players individually, but I can say everyone stepped up to the challenge of junior footy and tackling, and no one looked out of place. Especially our awesome under-8s who allowed us to field 3 teams again this year. All of you rolled up your sleeves and got stuck in. You're definitely welcome anytime. And to the parents, a big thanks for ferrying your little legends around each week and helping out in game day duties. A special thanks to manager Fran. And finally, keep a footy pumped during the off-season and pester mum and dad to practice. No excuses. See you next season. Coach Sam.
Hi team, what a tough year 2020's been. It's great to get out on the park and get a few games in. We weren't sure at the beginning of the year whether we were going to get any in, so it was great that we actually got out there and got to play some really good footy. This year was really pleasing just to see how much the players have developed. We've had a few kids there that have been there since under 5s, more coming under 6s, and then a few new that started this year. But the level of footy really has cranked up this year, and it was really evident when one of the mums at the end of the year, she hadn't been to many games since she come at the end of the year because of the COVID restrictions. And as I was having a conversation with her, she was nearly in tears at just how much the level has increased, and she hadn't seen her son play all year and just how good he got as well. So it's just really nice to see As we stepped up to junior footy, tackling, the rules changed, bigger ground, leather ball, there's all these changes, and our team really grasped them. We did really, really well, so it was pleasing to see. A big special thank you to the under-8s players that played up. We had Liam, Eden and Finn all play for us. If we didn't have the under-8s, we wouldn't have been able to play this year, so that's really great. As I'm sure most of you are aware, we're looking at going for 2 teams, but we managed to keep it 3 with the under-8s, so thank you very much. Hopefully we can have you guys playing a lot of games with us next year also. Also, we had 3 new players come on board this year who've never played footy before. We had Max, Fom and Sal all join us. So you guys improved heaps. We really hope you guys come back next year and keep playing with us. And for the rest of you guys, excellent season this year. Well done. I'm really proud of you all.
So for the under-9s, thanks. That's been that was an incredible effort, and also great to hear about the under-8s coming up and giving a hand in that too. So now as we move on to under-10s, let's look at the roster for the red and the black team. Under-10s Reds coaches Simon Johanna and Christian Riley, and team manager Giuliano Ballesteros. The best and fairest goes to Ben Riley, the under-10 winner, and the runner-up to Matteo Joanni. Sam Hargraves for the most improved, and Noah Sargenson for the under-10s Coaches Award. For the black team, for the under-10s, Craig Nicholson and Neil Morris as the co-coaches, and Yvette Edgell for the team manager. Thank you. Pascal Labance for the under-10s winner for the best and fairest, and Angus Nicholson for the under-10s runner-up, and Xavier Arnold for the under-10s most improved, and Liam Straka, under-10s Coaches Award.
G'day Newtown Swans, Craig and Neil from the under-10 Whites. Player synopsis.
Jensen.
Consistently our best player all season.
Curtis.
Injured himself this year in season 1. Stay out of the playground, play more footy. Rex Morris
had the best hair of any player on the pitch and a great kick.
Izza.
Really found his spot in the ruck. Well done, Izza, mate. Dominated that area. Dash,
my main concern is those hard tackles are going to hurt someone. Keep it up.
Zach Booth,
tackler, disruptor, always missing in the rucks. Great season. Joel.
Fantastic goal, mate, and had the best bear hug from Pascal. Well done.
Jackson Sparrowhawk.
Injured himself this year. Come back next year, mate. Better than ever.
Don't read anything into our last 4 players in case they are the award winners.
Liam.
Rugby player who turned up this year for season 1, dominated the back line, 100% every game. What a great season. Xavier,
mate, you tried your hardest every game. Well done, mate. Trained well. Fantastic. Angus
Nicholson, most goals scored in the season. Sometimes he ran after the ball. Really beautiful hands. Good season. And Pascal.
Look, our captain Pascal, well done. Really led from the front and really got the ball for us from the mid area. Well done, mate.
Look forward to seeing you next year, boys.
Fantastic to hear the victory song, of course, and different ways of which coaches approach the task of doing like a 1-minute video about who their team was. Great to do an analysis of the whole team. So now let's move on to the under 11s. There's your roster from Division 1 and Division 2. The coaches in Div 1, Brad Gollidge and Chris May, and team managers, Lainey Willard and Dan Anderson. The best and fairest, Jake Willard for the under 11s Division 1 and Oscar May for under 11s Division 1 as well. So co-winners on that. Toby Street as the most improved and Charlie Ald as the Division 1 Coaches Award. Congratulations. And Division 2 coaches were John Parrington and Dale Harrison, and team manager Malcolm Gray. Best and fairest, Lulu Dufty and Finn Gascoigne as the Division 2 most improved, and Patrick Williams as the Coaches Award. Now for some video.
On behalf of the coaches and managers of the Under 11 Division 2 team, I would like to say a big thank you to all the children and parents for what was a challenging but spirited year of football. It wasn't always easy for us out there. We had some disappointing results, but you always gave everything you had. You never dropped your heads, which shows that you have strong character. You all worked really hard on improving your skills at training, and by the end of the season, the team performances were much improved. Well done. Don't worry too much about the results on the scoreboard. Instead, focus on your individual improvements throughout the year. Remember that mark, kick or handball, that shepherd, hard ball get, or the tackle that disrupted play. Celebrate those moments. Practice your skills over the off-season and the results will follow. I'd like to make a special mention to our team manager, Malcolm, who worked hard behind the scenes, and also to all the parents that chipped in around the club on game day. Thank you. Both Dale and I had a wonderful time coaching and look forward to building a champion team next year. Go the Mighty Swans.
Hello, I'm Brad Gollidge from the Under-12s. First off, I would just like to thank Chris, May and Lainey for all their support during the year, and also Ewan for coming on towards the end and helping us out at training. Obviously we couldn't do it without you. Also want to thank parents and caregivers of all the kids. Having you turn up to training twice a week as well as the game is an enormous commitment, I'm sure, as well as balancing the rest of your lives. So I really appreciate all the hard work and support that I get from the parents every week. Alright, kids. I don't think anyone can argue that it wasn't a difficult year on the field. We played a lot of really good teams. But I just wanted to thank you for having such an amazing positive attitude all year. Despite what was happening on the field, we turned up twice a week to training and to the game with such a great attitude, a positive attitude, and everyone was just so determined. There was a level of positivity that I honestly didn't think that 11-year-olds could possess. It was really, really inspiring for me as a coach to see happy, smiling faces Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays, no matter what happened. I think we grew as a team, and the sportsmanship that you showed to each other and other teams, and your determination and positive attitude is something that I think should be commended. That's my #1 highlight, and that's our achievement. And yeah, I had an absolute blast with you guys again. I'm just really thankful that I get to be your coach and watch you guys grow as players and humans. And I'm really just really keen to see us grow again next year. Thank you for this awesome opportunity. Goodbye.
So again, tremendous efforts from the coaches and managers in bringing the kids together, and sometimes the results don't necessarily show the level of engagement, and that's what we've got at the Newtown Swans. That positive attitude is what puts us on the field every week. Now on to the next age group, under 12s. We had two divisions with the under 12s, a Division 2 and a Division 3. Div 2 coach was Paul Altree-Williams and the team manager Michael Frost. Best and fairest, Douglas Steffen, Div 2 winner, and the runner-up was Jarvis Spencer. Charlie Phillips Osborne was the most improved, and Connor Sash was the coach's award. In the Div 3, the coach, our former president Kevin Chu, and the runner was Damien Crowley and the team manager Jason Kelly. Nicholas Chu was is the Div 3 winner, and Bobby Wright is the runner-up. Duncan Stockwell is the most improved, and Jackson Kelly was the coach's award. Congratulations.
Hi, mighty under 12s. First off, I want to say how proud I am of the season you guys played. There wasn't a game where I didn't think that you guys put in 100% effort in every quarter we played. Every team we played knew they were playing against another team. Despite the fact that we had a very short pre-season, actually we only had one training session, which got rained out, and you had a new coach that none of you knew. We did pretty well. We came 5th in the season. Most importantly, you always stuck to my number one rule, which was we enjoyed the game. You picked up new strategies. How many of you guys dream about build the wall? And how about defense structure, start structure, and attack structure? You guys took it all on board and played out the game. I look forward to another season next year where we'll have a much better pre-season, but I'm not going to mention any names outstanding because I thought you're all outstanding players. Your parents should be proud, you should be proud, I'm certainly proud of the whole season. Have a great summer and make sure that you keep up your kicking skills and marking skills. Next season is going to be pretty much the same, except for the skill level is going to be up more, and we're going to talk about more strategies. Anyway, have a great summer, think about footy, kick the ball, mark the ball, and I'll see you next season on the field. Cheers, bye.
Well, after what was very much a character-building 2019 winless year, the under-12 Div 2s stepped up and started off with a flying 4 wins in a row, and everyone was buoyed by what we could do. We had some new talent join the group, Douglas, Connor and Charlie, and complemented our players to really make a strong team. And despite some injuries to other players like Jonas and John with broken fingers and Alex with a broken collarbone, we started playing like a team and really thinking things through, making the right decisions and putting in the effort each and every week. I mean, the losses we had 3 losses out of 8, so we won most of our games, and even those were by a narrow margin, so very pleasing effort. 2021 is looking bright. I mean, it's just a little bit more improvement on the skills, a little bit more improvement on the fitness with a bigger field. So guys, stay active in the off season, eat well, keep moving and grow taller, and I'll see you next year. Thanks.
Oh, that victory song gets sung with great joy and gusto, and the special spray for some of the new players. Always fantastic to have new recruits into the Newtown Swans. Now on to the under-13s. Big player roster on the under-13s. Neil Jones, former president of the club, was the coach. Team manager Fiona Keller. And the best and fairest, Samuel Ettridge, and the runner-up, Isaac Irwin. Toby Connolly, the most improved in Div 1, and Bailey Drew, the Coaches Award. In the Div 3, Coach Matt O'Brien and Adrian Rudman, the team manager. Best and fairest, Louis Johnson and Landon O'Brien as the runner-up. Nikki Crawford as the most improved, and Andre Vici as the Coaches Award. There's no sound, unfortunately, in this video, but so just talking through it.
Hi everybody, Matt O'Brien, coach from the Under-13s, 3rd Division for Newtown Swans. I wanted to talk to you today about our 2020 season, COVID interrupted though it was. I'm new to the club, having come over from Western Suburbs. We also had a bunch of new players coming from both Moore Park and Western Suburbs, so it was a really big job to try and integrate kids who are used to different game styles and used to different ways of playing. Unfortunately, we didn't win any games this year, but at the start of the season we became really close with a couple. We've got some really good players. I just want to work on some skills and some game plan things, and I reckon for next year we'll be doing really well. Thanks to all the players who came out. Thanks to all the parents. You know, without you guys we don't get things done. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys maybe in November to do some skills work, or at the start of the next year for the pre-season. Thank you very much.
Now, when we come to the under-14s, we start to move into the alliance. This is very important for the Swans. We formed a long-term alliance with the Glebe Greyhounds, and it's proving very fruitful in our association. And the two clubs are working very closely together, both in terms of the use of the different grounds, the Jubilee Oval, of course, for the Greyhounds, and of course the ADO for Newtown. And of course we're sharing times and capacity on that. So as we look through some of the under 14 registered players, and you'll see that we've got even different gear to reflect the two clubs together. So we've got both the red and the grey, and there's a few interesting names that have come through for the teams. But they've been using the Bloodhounds to try to bring the two together, is how we've been looking at it. The under 14 Division 2 with the Glebe Newhound has been Hayden Goodman and Brian O'Driscoll, with the team manager of Richard Honig. And the under 14s Division 3 of Glebe Newtown, Martin Rowley and Nick Martin, and the team manager of Carolyn Nass Jones. Now, we're not delivering awards for this group. They will come at a later time because there is a joint alliance special presentation. So we won't be announcing the awards and we won't be announcing them then in the bounce either. But we have, of course, collected some footage, and I want to present you with that now. And similar as we come into the under 15s alliance teams too.
Bloodhounds on 3. 1, 2, 3, Bloodhounds!
Boys, scoreboard's gone now.
that was the best you have ever played. The best you have ever played. All right. We had a goal at the beginning of the game. We didn't look at the scoreboard. All right. We didn't look at the scoreboard. We looked about what we could do as individuals and what we could do as a team. And we didn't want to play polite football anymore. Yeah? And we didn't. And look what happened. Yeah? Every individual stood up. When that happened, you all stand up as a group, and we stood up to them. Yeah? We didn't get a victory, but that's okay. We won the day. Yeah? Because they were not expecting that. I don't even think you guys expected that. Have a think about what you achieved today, all right? Because next week it matters, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Because next week, if we want to play finals, that's the sort of football. If we bring that out on the park against Heathcote, all right, it's going to be fantastic, yeah? So be really proud of what you've achieved today, yeah? Because it made a huge difference in what you're doing as a group, yep? And what you can do as individuals.
Now, as we cut now to the under-15s, this has been a great season for them. Particularly the Div 1, the Div 2 group fought their way through to the grand final. Unfortunately, unsuccessful, losing just narrowly in the last quarter. But most importantly, an award that has already been announced on Facebook that I can announce, and that is in terms of the AFL. They have actually done the whole division's presentation, and a Newtown player in Ned Hawkins is the in front of me. Here we go.
And then you'll see it.
Here we go. And Ned Hawkins from the Division 1 team has won the best and fairest for the entire division for the AFL in the Sydney Harbour zone. So absolute congratulations, Ned. This is a wonderful achievement for Newtown and, of course, for yourself. So well done, mate. On to the Division 1, I believe Newtown coaches were, of course, Paul Jarvis and Dean Cleary, and team manager was Mark Foley. The second division, Glebe Newtown, the coach Tim O'Connor, assistant coach was David Mark, and team manager Patrick Fox. The Div 3, coaches Jason Howard, Martin Gallagher and Andrew Sinclair, and team manager Suzanne Bukowski. As mentioned before, awards will be announced at a special presentation for the Alliance Group.
We bounced back, boys! Ready to go? Everyone gets touches on the ball today.
Tommy, got a few words of advice for us?
You know, let's play hard, let's have some fun. Last game of footy for the regular season, and a win would be quite nice. Wouldn't mind it.
Win would be delightful.
It would be quite
absolutely delightful.
Let's go, boys!
Evening, Toosters. I got 2 or 3 things to say. Firstly, man, I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. You're just the best. The spirit, the camaraderie, the laughter, it was just special. The parents, thank you so much. You know I hadn't done this before, but you made it so easy for me. And Davey Mark, you're a champ, and I've got something really special for you tonight. There's a live cross to Narandra to Jock McHale. Thank you.
Tim O'Connor, coach of the under-15 twos. What a fantastic year we had. Difficult year, but despite COVID, we did get on the park. Got smashed in the first game. Like many of us in the inner west, we don't wake up until late. So we started in the second round, playing Wests, out at West in the wet. Absolutely teeming with rain, but we set the standard for how we would play the whole year. Fantastic bunch of kids that we get to play with. We're currently out in beautiful Narandra. Morning, how are you?
How are you?
Good, thanks. And we're looking for that elusive grand final appearance, which I think will come next year. Huge thanks to Paddy Fox and his wife Rebecca for all their amazing work in administering. Never seen more emails than that man can send out in one day. And of course, to Davey Mark, who's there every single training night and every game. Mostly, thanks very much to the boys. I hope to see you all back next year. See ya.
Welcome to beautiful Jubilee Oval, one of two ovals, the other being Alan Davidson, that the Glebe Newtown Bloodhounds get to call home. My name's Dean Cleary, and together with my co-coach Paul Jarvis, we had the great opportunity to coach the Glebe Newtown under-15 Division 1 team to consecutive grand finals. And whilst the outcome of the grand final probably wasn't the outcome that we'd all hoped and dreamed about, I think we'd all agree that this season's been a season of more uplifting and positive moments than negative ones. To Paul, thanks mate. Your support both on and off the field this year has been amazing. To the playing group, on behalf of Paul and myself, thank you for allowing us to be a part of your life, and thank you for allowing us to continue to guide and educate you as you embark on your football journey. To the parent and care group, thank you for your huge commitment, for your enthusiasm, and for your voice. You guys are outstanding. And finally to Mark Foley, on behalf of both Paul and myself, without your administrative capabilities and your emails and your engagement, we wouldn't at times be able to get players on the park. So as I stated, 2020 didn't quite end the way that we'd all hoped for, but come 2021, and given our day, both Paul and I genuinely believe that no one is going to beat us.
That footage is just fantastic. When you see him on the second effort getting that goal, I mean, that's just what footy's all about. Now we move into the under-17s, but before we do that, we'll again, same scenario. We're dealing with the Alliance team with Glebe. They'll be having their separate presentation, so we won't be announcing the awards now, but we do have a couple of pieces, including a video. But also significantly, as we also did in the under-15s, I'd like to particularly acknowledge the under-17s because, of course, they did make a finals appearance. But AFL Division 2, the Division 2 best and fairest was Zach Martin. And Zach Martin, of course, not only has he shone as a leader for the in the Newtown group, and this is essentially his last year as he moves on to Sydney Uni and starting to play in the seniors. But he won the best and fairest in Division 2 for all of the for the AFL's Sydney Harbour. So congratulations, Zach. Zach also stood up through the year and was playing the role of a ground manager. So it shows the level of maturity that we get to in the under-17s around that age group. So he played a terrific role with the operations, with Kirsten and with Wes for the ground manager, and some of the activities that we did at the ADO. So thanks, Zach, and congratulations on your award, mate. As you can see, the roster of registered players across the two teams, Div 2 and Div 3. The under-17 Div 2, the coaches Brad Scatella and Rob Drew. Assistant coach was Dan Kelly, and the team manager, Kerry Kahn. And the Div 3, the coach was Matt Jenkins and Jack Gardner, and the team manager was shared amongst the club. I love the picture of the bin chicken, of course, playing a key role. Under-17s footage, here we go.
Attacking, sprint, give yourself more space. Let's go. Come on. Go. Stop, stop, stop! 1, 2, 3, go!
G'day guys, I'm Rob. I was one of the coaches of the under-17s this year with Matt, Jack and Brad. We fielded two teams in the under-17s. We had an under-17 Division 3 team, which was a joint venture with Canada Bay. Tough season when you're playing in a joint venture, when they don't get to train together all year, but they did have a couple of good wins at both the first and the last game of the year. And I didn't see too many of the games, but by all reports had a very enjoyable year. And our under-17 Div 2 team, we managed to get through to the semi-finals but missed out there. My highlights through the year are always the tough wins, so we had a good win against East early and a good game against Forest later in the year. Congratulations to all our individual award winners. I'm not supposed to mention them here, but I will mention Zacco, who, being the teacher's pet he is, managed to get enough votes off the umpires to get the division award for best player. So well done, Zach. Good on you. Thanks to everyone involved, especially Kerry, of course, who does all the work, manages to do all the work. And to the guys that are playing under-17s again next year, good luck with it. I hear there's a really good, well, I know there's a really good crew of under-15s coming up, and you should be able to get a couple of good teams together there, so I hope you take it a little bit further than we did this year. And to my boys, who are now no longer junior footballers anymore, I look forward to hearing of your exploits both on and off the field over the years, and I look forward to my time over the other side of the fence just being a fan. So all the best with it, boys. I wish you well, and congratulations on this year. Cheers.
Now, we move into the youth girls program. Boys, if you've ever looked at footy and thought about how to actually catch the ball, you'll notice that you do the big W here and actually realise in many ways it's a women's game. So stick around and have a look at the growth area of football. Just in case you're a bit confused there, the Mongrel Ducks is one of the alternative names for the Joint Alliance team. Of course, the Bloodhounds is the official title, but the idea of the Mongrel Ducks somewhere near Camperdown is sort of an older concept, but still with a good tongue in cheek. But let's move into the under-10 youth girls. Fantastic efforts from this mob. Let's have a look. Coach Tim Bellamy, long-time participant in the club, and also a committee member, and team manager Rowan Jones. Josie Dicker is the winner, and the runner-up was Ella James. Congratulations. And Olivia Baldwin-Toby, the most improved, and the Special Coaches Award to Lily Andrew.
Hi girls, congratulations on a great season. We really hope you enjoyed it. Tim and I would like to say what a pleasure it was coaching you, and we're extremely proud of the way you developed your skills and improved throughout the season. For many of you it was your first season, but we really hope to see you back again next year. I remember clearly the celebrations and the cheers from not only all of you but all of your parents on the sidelines when Olivia quick kicked our first goal of the season. And after that, it seems like we went from strength to strength. And we were really just beginning to hit our straps when the season came to an end. In our last game, we had a fantastic game. We actually scored more goals and took more marks than we took in all the other games combined. Not to mention all of the other fantastic pieces of teamwork that we did to make that our game of the season. So congratulations, and I look forward to seeing you all again next year.
Yes. Sometimes drills don't go according to plan, but you just keep working on their skills, accurate kicking, backing up, backing up, backing up.
And now we're going to move on to the under-12s team. And this was an excellent effort for the under-12s because they also entered into the finals. And just unfortunately, they missed out on a crazy wet day. But under-12s, some of them are moving up to the under-14s. It's showing the strength of what the club has got with the youth girls. George Hibbard, fantastic effort as the coach. Dash Hibbard as the assistant coach, and Sam Woods as the team manager. Ella Kinslaw as the winner, and the runner-up Josie Semple. Alex Bennett was the most improved, and Rosa Williams was the coach's award.
I'd like to congratulate all the girls of the under-12s on a wonderful season. Some of you have played footy for a few years now and you took your game to a new level. And for some of you, it was the first time that you've played footy at all. Some of you had never even kicked a ball. By the end of the season, you were all kicking it really well. Every single one of you improved, and that meant that the team improved, and we could see that in the last game that you played in the finals. And although we lost, you should be pretty proud of what you did that day and how you played and how you stuck together as a team. You scored more points against East than anybody else did, and you did it in the pouring rain. One of the best things about playing footy is being part of a team. It's great to improve individually, but it's also, you get a lot of satisfaction from being part of something bigger. I could see this season that you were all sticking together and you were playing for each other. This made me really happy. I could also see that you were enjoying your footy. This is one of the most important things, that you have fun. It's great to win, but if you're not enjoying it, it's not any good. So congratulations to those of you who won awards. Thanks to my manager Sam for all his hard work, the assistant coach Dash, and a special mention to Pete and Adrian who helped out a lot at training. I really appreciated it. It's a really combined effort to put you all on the team, on the field every week. So girls, I hope you all come back next season and play. Keep kicking the ball over the summer, handball it to yourself while you're playing, while you're watching TV, and most importantly, don't let anyone ever tell you that you can't play footy. You already are, so keep it up.
And now we move on to the under-14s youth girls. This is a particular interest to me because, of course, I was one of the coaches, and I think I might even appear in one of the videos. But here we go. There were two teams. We had a white team and a red team. The white team were officially Division 2, or they should have probably been Division 3, and red were in the Division 3. Myself as was the coach, and Hugh McKinnon as the team manager. The best and fairest was Poppy McKinnon for the under-14s, and Alea Donnelly Roberts. Incredible that Alea should do that. I think she only played 4 out of the game, so tremendous effort for her first year. Matilda Madsen, most improved. And Matilda, first year out player, fantastic. And Arma Barrett was certainly the most improved, a dual most improved. They just grew so much together, those girls. And Johanna Newman was my award for the coach's award for the white team. Now for the red team, Peter McAllister, the assistant coach was Sean Baker, and Sophie Gowdry was the team manager. Mimi Pullinger was the Reds winner for the best and fairest, and Zoe Satch for the Reds runner-up. Lara McCarding for the Reds Most Improved, and Eliza Whites for the Coaches Award.
Hi everyone. I'm just going to start by saying a quick thank you to our team manager Sophie and assistant coach Sean. Thanks so much for everything. I've really appreciated your input and support throughout the season. I've really enjoyed working with you guys and I look forward to doing it again next year. So now to our amazing players. We're all super proud of your efforts during this extremely tough year. Unfortunately, we didn't secure a win this year, but there were a couple of games where we got really close and were lucky not to walk away with the win. The last game in particular, I think you played your best footy ever. The things that always stood out for me were your toughness and determination and your willingness to play hard footy even though the other sides may have been a bit more skillful than you. There is huge potential in this team. You displayed some really exciting passages of play at times. Your kicking and marking improved a lot as the season went on, and I reckon you were one of the hardest tackling sides in the division. So, we're going to take all our experience from this season, build on it, and turn things around so we can play really good, consistent footy, chalk up some wins, and sing that club song next year. You're an amazing group of young women. It's a privilege to be your coach, and I'm so proud of you all.
Hi, I'm Peter Tregilgas, and it was my pride and privilege, along with Ali Smith, to be the coach of the under-14 youth girls White Division 2 team for 2020, and what an incredible year it was. We went in with three concepts. 1, always have fun. 2, learn something, and we learned a lot. We learned about how we could be a better team. We had learned how to be better players and how to understand who is Newtown. And the 3rd thing, we promised each other that we would be back the next week. And now, at the end of 2020, it's now to promise it's time to be back next year with a combined under-14s team and with the capacity of all of you girls, award winners or not, you are all winners with Newtown. Special thanks to Hugh McKinnon and all the parents who put in all that incredible time to get the girls to the grounds and be part of our team. Let's do it again in 2021. Thanks.
A very special place, the under-14s, and with the strength of those under-12s from Georgia Hibbard some of those girls coming up to the under-14s, I think we've got a very strong capability, and particularly if we can get some combined work there. Maybe there might be a bit of argy-bargy as who's going to be the coach. Who knows? But now we move to the final presentation that we have, and that was the youth girls under 18. This is the first time we've had an under 18 team in Newtown's own right, and it was a very important and special year, and not only particularly special for us, but of course also for one of the girls, and that is Sasha Johnson. Brought home the runner-up for the Division 2 girls for the whole of the AFL Sydney Harbour zone. So Sasha, absolute congratulations, tremendous effort for our under-18s. Congratulations to us and to yourself. I look forward to being able to pass this award on to you. I'll certainly pass it on to Georgia and the rest. Now onto the girls. And Georgia Verkunen was the coach with assistant coach of Carmen Hawker. and Anna Rutt, and the team manager from being Ken Morrison. The best and fairest goes to Sophie Higgs, and Sasha Johnson was the runner-up. Torika Blair was the most improved player, and Evie Austin was the coaches' awards. Congratulations, girls! It's a tremendous effort.
Hi team, just a really quick message from me. Just wanted to say that in a season of challenges, of pandemics, injuries, washed out games, 20% of our games washed out. The team that managed to hang on to the end found some cohesion and played some really impressive football. So you should all be super proud and super proud of yourselves, and you've got a lot of potential and lot to build from in the next coming years. So congrats to all the award winners, congrats to the team as a collective, and really looking forward to the next couple of seasons.
Now, special thanks to the youth girls under 18s, and thanks for those words, Georgia. Some people might notice that all of the girls were wearing a particularly different Guernsey, and it's the Swans wings, the remnants or design concept around the Swans, and the original concept of the original men's Newtown team. The Blooded Angels, and that design was done by V. Beyer, who's a former Breakaway. And of interest, Georgia, Anna Rutt are both Breakaways players and the former president. And if they're able to continue on assisting with the club and the girls, that would be a tremendous benefit for us all. But let's now move to the conclusion of today's presentations. And look, thank you for being part of it. We're currently sitting at around 39 participants, and we've had up to 59, so it's been a tremendous effort. I really want to thank all of the teams, their coaches, their managers. Those video presentations we threw on everybody and said, how's about just knocking up 1 minute, 2 minutes? We know it's not your normal presentation, but just try and tell us about the highlights and the key things you'd like to say to your teams. And so different styles, different characters, but it was so good to get into some people's lounge rooms and their kitchens and even on their holidays, just to see them see those presentations from the coaches and managers. Thank you everyone for doing that. But they reflected the positive attitude, the style, the character of our club, and how we are playing as a team. All reflected on a couple of things that were really important. The thanks to all the people that make it up, the parents, the families, the people that get the girls, the boys to their games, get them to the training every week. This was what makes up the club. But also what helps to make up the club is as I've mentioned earlier before, the committee, those people who are going to do the nuts and bolts and work on the policy and the future and the management of the club. So special thanks to all the families, to all of the players, all of those that are part of it. But today's presentation, particular thanks go to Megan McGuinness, who's helped to bring it together, and all of those videos, and some of those were just stunning with the kids and the photographs and the mix of photographs and the editing that she's done. And so Stacey Spear from Sports Content, as I said, we've recorded this presentation and we'll be providing links to the various clips so that you'll be able to download those if your child is in one of them, to just keep that for posterity. And a particular thanks to Wes for helping to drive this whole system. We've had to use the special skills of an IT genius to bring it together, because certainly I couldn't have done that. So thanks, Wes. I really appreciate your help. And finally, in that sense, let's look at a couple of things that are coming up. Summer training. We've got a committee meeting this week, and we've been talking a lot about it. We've had some feedback from Sydney City Council. It won't be at ADO, but we'll certainly get some opportunity to look at some other Sydney grounds from probably early November. So if we can get that into the bounce this week, we will. But be thinking about the first week of November to start some summer, be starting some summer training. It might be pretty casual, pretty social, and a bit sort of open and ad hoc and all that sort of style. So rather than the specific team training, but in that sense, it might be sort of age-based, and we'll keep using things like Jessie Aish where we can, who's been a tremendous assistance to help get us get some of the girls and boys trained for the academy that's come up. Watch the bounce that's coming up this week, because it'll have these links in it, and that's going to be good for everybody. In terms of the club, we've got a couple of things coming up, not this Wednesday, but the Wednesday following. We've actually got a whole of club planning meeting. If you've got an interest in the future of the club, we'll be doing it both as an online and physical presence. You know, with a whiteboard, all that sort of stuff, looking at some of the strategies to how we can take the club into the future. How big is it going to be? You know, how many teams can we actually cope with? What are we going to do about grounds? How are we going to manage this stuff into the future? And this club is only as strong as the people who are in it, and that's you. So we strongly encourage if you can be part of that. We'll be putting the link and the details in the bounce this week, and hope you can join us. And while we're on that, of course, the club is run by a committee, and every year, of course, we have an annual general meeting, and that annual general meeting will be on Wednesday, the 25th of November. Again, we'll do that as both a physical and a Zoom event, so that everyone can participate, whether they're online and or isolating, or even on holidays, or literally in the room. So that'll be good. But again, we'll put the details for that. But overall, thank you everybody for your participation for this first ever online presentation. Thanks, Wes. Thanks, Newtown Swans Juniors. It's been an incredible year. Let's put your hands together and thank yourselves for the effort that you've done. Thanks, Wes. Thanks, committee. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.